Okay, it's story time. When you hear the name Pablo Escobar, you probably think of chaos, cocaine, and cartels, not cell phones and cryptocurrency. But that's exactly the brand image some Swedish businessman used to sell fake tech to thousands of customers worldwide. For anyone who doesn't know, Pablo Escobar was one of the most powerful drug lords in modern history. In the 1980s and early 1990s, he led a cartel in Colombia that built a global cocaine empire that made him one of the richest and most violent criminals in the world. His cartel was responsible for bombings, assassinations, and a staggering amount of bloodshed. Escobar was killed by police in 1993, but decades later, his name still holds a strong mix of fear, fame, and fascination. And somehow, people thought it was a good idea to hand over money to a company proudly trading on that name, as if ordering a phone from a brand built on crime lord legacies would end in anything but disappointment. In hindsight, expecting anything but getting robbed might have been the real scam. Meet Olaf, also known as El Silencio. In March 2025, he was extradited from Spain to Los Angeles to face a 115-count federal indictment. U.S. prosecutors say he ran a years-long international scam using the Escobar name, selling products that didn't exist. People collecting millions and leaving customers with nothing. Really? This gets better. Olaf was the CEO of a company called Escobar Inc. So these people were buying things from Escobar Inc. and expecting anything but to get ripped off. I mean, Escobar Inc. It was registered in Puerto Rico and advertised as the official keeper of Pablo Escobar's name and image. The company claimed that he had the legal rights to license Escobar's legacy and use that to push over-the-top products like the Escobar Fold Phone, the Escobar Gold 11 Pro, Escobar flamethrowers. Are people buying flamethrowers? Really? And something called Escobar Cash, which was pitched as a kind of physical cryptocurrency. How can you have physical cryptocurrency? Do they not know what cryptocurrency is? Apparently not. From 2019 to 2023, the scheme followed the same pattern. Olaf took real products already on the market, like foldable smartphones, and rebranded them as Escobar exclusives. Oh my God. He sold them at a price that was way below market and then used flashy videos, influencers, and tech reviewers to build hype. Some reviewers were even sent what turned out to be Samsung phones wrapped in gold foil to make them look like custom Escobar models. I assume this was so that they could show them on their channel. People bought in. They paid using platforms like PayPal, Stripe, and Coinbase. But after placing orders, most customers didn't receive anything close to what they were promised, or anything at all. Instead, Olaf would sometimes mail a certificate of ownership, a book, or other random Escobar-themed merchandise. That wasn't by accident. Prosecutors say this was a trick to create a fake tracking number, so if customers filed a complaint or tried to get a refund, the company would point to the delivery record and say, hey, it's right here, even though it wasn't the actual product. They'd say, see, we sent it. This wasn't a one-man operation in a basement. Olaf allegedly opened bank accounts in the US, Sweden, and the UAE to move the money around and hide where it was coming from. Oh my God. According to the indictment, he was laundering money across borders and funneling profits through fake companies. So why is the US prosecuting him? Because many of the victims were in the US, the company was incorporated in Puerto Rico, and the payment processors he used are US-based. That gives American authorities jurisdiction. And they acted quickly. Olaf was arrested in Spain in December of 2023 and flown to Los Angeles in March of 2025. Why it took so long? Did they have to go through, they had to extradite him. That's probably why. Anyway, once he got to the US, he pleaded not guilty to all these charges. But here's where it gets murky and where I had a lot of questions. Pablo Escobar died in 1993. But years later, his brother Roberto Escobar claimed the rights to his name and likeness and started Escobar Inc. That's the company that was doing all this. So far, Roberto hasn't been charged in this case. And the exact nature of his relationship with Olaf isn't clear. Well, he had to have a relationship. He started Escobar Inc. So it may not be clear, but there was a relationship there. We don't know how they met, who really ran the business, or why Roberto isn't the one facing these charges, or at least not yet, or why he's not facing anything. He's an Escobar. Maybe he just knows how to get out of trouble. For now, Olaf is the only one in custody. He's being held in a federal detention in Los Angeles, awaiting a trial on charges that include wire fraud, mail fraud, money laundering, and international money laundering. He was originally scheduled to go on trial in May of 2025, but as of now, no updates have been made public about whether the trial actually began. What started as a flashy, strange tech brand built on a narco legacy is now unraveling in a U.S. courtroom. Whether Olaf ends up convicted or more names get added to the case, one thing's clear. The Pablo Escobar name still sells, which is insane. This guy was a horrible, horrible person. And for some people, that's still worth breaking the law, just because his name sells. Insane. Incredible. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Pablo Escobar. Crazy. That's just crazy.